Good morning, NBC. This is Pastor Charlie coming to you with the Word of God today on Tuesday, October 12th, reading from Job chapter 6, verses 14 through 30. Anyone who withholds kindness from a friend forsakes the fear of the Almighty. But my brothers are as undependable as intermittent streams, as the streams that overflow and darkened by thawing ice and swollen with melting snow, but that stop flowing in the dry season, and in that heat vanish from their channels. Caravans turn aside from their routes, they go off into the wasteland and perish. The caravans of Tema look for water. The traveling merchants of Sheba look in hope. They are distressed because they had been confident. They arrive there only to be disappointed. Now you too have proved to be of no help. You see something dreadful and are afraid. Have I ever said, "Give something on my behalf, pay a ransom for me from your wealth, deliver me from the hand of the enemy, rescue me from the clutches of the ruthless"? Teach me, and I will be quiet. Show me where I have been wrong. How painful are honest words, but what do your arguments prove? Do you mean to correct what I say and treat my desperate words as wind? You would even cast lots for the fatherless and barter away your friend. But now be so kind as to look at me. Would I lie to your face? Relent, do not be unjust. Reconsider, for my integrity is at stake. Is there any wickedness on my lips? Can my mouth not discern malice? This is the word of the Lord. Now Job is in his complaint that continues on, is catching Eliphaz in his craftiness of speech. For one thing, we know that the man Job is down. He has all his possessions stripped away from him. His very health, sense of well-being is completely compromised. The best that he has retained from his life is a wife that tells him, just curse God and die. And the three friends that initially came and kept up a 7-day vigil, now as Job breaks his silence, cursing the day of his birth, we have Eliphaz the Temanite going into his own discomfort of witnessing this spectacle of his friend covered in boils from top to bottom, and is trying to make sense of it. You must have done something wrong, Job. And where you begin to appreciate Job is in the actual rhetoric, the language that is spoken. Eliphaz mentions things about God, about how those who are steadfast during trials, that the disciplining is the divine chastening is for your benefit. And these are all true words, but as I mentioned before on my entry, misapplied. So now Job is forced to defend himself. He's not defending himself from God, that's for sure. He's defending himself from the very words of would-be friend. Anyone who withholds kindness from a friend forsakes the fear of the Almighty. Now, Job is entering into this business of correcting him. Look, what you're saying is not helpful to me at all, and you're only trying to find words to comfort yourself. Undependable. The friendship is not dependable because he is down and he is in a dry season, and it's like a stream that just stops short, right? There are times like that when we notice friends that we've thought that were really good friends. They don't deliver in the crucial hours. There are those friends that do, because they're steadfast. Now, in this case, the friendship between Job and Eliphaz is being challenged. So, just as when we saw the original sin, the relationship became strained. When a person is going through a trial, even though in this case it's not because of a particular sin per se, It is because of a test that he's undergoing. While you're going through a test, and to see who remains by your side, who is actually able to comfort you, who is actually able to pray for you, you might want to factor those people in as really your confidants and friends. Friends will let you down. That's in the end, even the closest of family members, they can let you down. But we know that God will not let you down. Teach me and I'll be quiet. Show me where I have been wrong. How painful are honest words, but what do your arguments prove? All of these things that you've been saying is true, Eliphaz. But what do you prove? What is it that you're trying to insinuate? Are you trying to dig to see if I'm in fact guilty? If I'm in fact, if I'm suffering all of these things because of some wrongdoing, right? So Job is protesting in verses 14 through 30. Is claiming his innocence against the accusations, the insinuating accusations of Eliphaz. This is the opening argument. And we have several chapters of this to go through. And I want you to really look at the language that we use. There's many shades and there's many subtleties that we have to draw from, and not forgetting the premise. There is a premise, a background story that these people have no idea about that they're talking. And so it is wisdom literature. It does teach us some things about how we may be misunderstood in the way we deal with people, one another, and even ourselves. So with that, let it be a word of encouragement to take away from the struggle that we have in this particular life, in this temporal existence, in light of the eternity that we have no clue about. We have very little knowledge of what eternity will be like. We get glimpses of it during our worship. May it be, in fact, a day that's filled with worship in spirit and in truth. And during this week, may you find yourself to have been triumphant because you have been reliant on the living God. Blessings to you.